This is Doug Curtis with Network RV, and today we're continuing our series of making smart buyers smarter by talking with Slide Master and specifically with Drew Hessedal. Drew is standing in front of a display which probably looks very peculiar to you, but I know that he's going to explain it to you. And we're solving problems that he's been solving for 30 years. Well, his company has been solving for 30 years, and that is how to avoid crawling around on your hands and knees and trying to find things that you lost under your RV by putting in a slide drawer. So, Andrew, please give us a brief description of what it is that your product does, and then we'll go through some of the examples that you have for us to look at.
Okay. Well, everybody knows that RVs come in a multitude of shapes and sizes, and their storage compartments also come in many different sizes. And as the RVs get bigger with slide-out rooms and compartments, it gets harder and harder to access some of the storage underneath. And that's where Slide Master comes in, is we custom build to fit in all of the compartments, and when the room slides up, you can still get underneath and access everything in your compartments without having to stoop and bend over and crawl on the grass, ground, whatever's underneath there to access what you have in your storage.
Good. Now, I know everybody's curious because we're all looking at this display that you have behind us. Perhaps just to get us a little bit a better understanding of how the product works, perhaps you could show us how that generator works on that slide, and then we'll come back to the middle slides, if you would, please.
Okay. The generator slide, it's mounted, slides out. You're able to get to your oil changes, gas it up and everything so that you aren't reaching in, pulling it out, possibly dropping your generator. And then when you're done with the service or using it, slides right back in, ready to go.
Okay, that is really great. And I know that generator probably weighs over 40 pounds, right?
Oh, definitely. Definitely.
So we want to make sure that people can see you in the screen. So I wanted you to stay a little bit closer there. Okay, now I know that in here in the middle you have a couple of other varieties of slides. Can you describe those to us, please?
Well, we make many different types, and it really depends upon everybody's application. This is a longer slide that would go into a basement compartment, and it does allow full extension so that you can access everything that is in the compartment underneath. It means no more crawling, no more stooping. And if anybody has ever tweaked their back, they know that that is a welcome solution.
Okay, now some people just don't even like to pull things out. So I know you have an electrical solution for those. Can you show us that?
You bet. We do have an electric unit, and it works with either a manual switch or a key fob.
Great.
And slides out and goes right back in as easy as can be.
Okay. All right. And so now we see that you've got three different types. You have a whole different line of products. Can you talk about, with so many different types of RVs, campers, etc. in the marketplace, tell us a little bit more about what you do to help RVers with the different variety of slides.
Well, and that's really where Slide Master's strength is. With our basic product line, we have about 38, 40 base models. And when the customer calls and inquires about what's going to be best for their application, they get a hold of a live person. It's not a choose your own adventure menu where you sometimes get a person, but most of the time you end up with a recording. You get people here, and we have experienced salesmen that will walk them through the entire choosing process and match them up with the best unit for their application.
Okay, now, but I think I guess what I found was very interesting, although there is all those variety of models, you actually provide, in many cases, a customized solution. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Oh, absolutely. Of the different models we have, and when the customer calls in and discusses it with the salesman, they'll match it up with the exact length and width that they're needing for their compartment, the correct weight carrying capacity, and how much extension they need. So some people, if they don't need full extension, only need to get a little bit, then they may get a 70% extension unit. But yeah, with all of the options, you're guaranteed to get the best unit for your application.
Okay, now we now know what the product does. You've described it a bit, but I mean, what are some of the unique parts about what you're doing with your slide? And I know you have some great success stories. Could maybe you start with a success story, and then we can understand why that success has, been going on for 30 years.
Well, really is over the past 3 decades, we've had plenty of challenges. Customer comes in and says, I've looked at the options that you have, but can you do this or can you do that? And so that's really where our customizing comes into play, and our product knowledge by everyone that they will talk to. That coupled with the fact that we have a can do anything attitude. And so really what the customer is getting is a completely custom unit specifically built for their application. But the best thing is it's not a custom price. I mean, you're getting a very, very reasonable, great product at a very reasonable price.
Okay, let me ask you this though. One of the, when I look at what you've got there, and of course I saw it firsthand, which is why we're having this conversation today. But you're solving problems for a particular industry that's pretty tough on things. Could you tell that story that you shared with me?
Yeah, and actually where SlideMaster came to be was through experience with the fire rescue industry, and they are notoriously hard on their equipment. If there's a way to break it, they're going to find it. And our name is recognized throughout that industry as a cornerstone. So we bring that experience into the RV industry where one, we can solve people's storage problems very, very easily, but they're also getting a quality product that is going to last a lifetime for them. So I know that there are some items in the RV that are treated as disposable. This is not one of those items. And anybody who has an RV knows that they'd rather be out on the road enjoying it or at campsites rather than sitting in the lobby of a garage.
Yeah, well, good point. Now, when an RVer has a problem with trying to get to his storage, and I know that a lot of people who'll be watching this video are saying, wow, that looks like something I need to have. But we need to be sort of, how can I say, a friend in the business by making them smarter about making decisions like this. And perhaps there's some misconceptions out there or things that people need to look for or look out for. Can you sort of share with us so that we kind of get a little bit more educated? Because many people haven't even considered this, but now they need a little bit more education. What do we do? What do we look for? What do we look out for? Help us out.
Well, essentially to get the ball rolling is just to identify your need. If you have a storage compartment that you're continually having to reach under and you more or less don't utilize it because it's difficult to get to, well, chances are you're carrying around stuff that you don't need. But with the RVs, its storage is tight and you want access to everything. So that's where we come into play. Once you identify your need and where you need faster storage to, or ease of access would be probably a better term, is you would contact us, or you can go to our website. Our website is excellent at walking you through the process as well, but we have very capable salespeople who will take a look at your needs and walk you through the entire process and get you the best need. So if you're really challenged height storage wise, we can make units that only take up a little bit of space. And or if you have a very dense or heavy weight storage challenge, then we can do that. So the generator isn't the only item that's heavy and takes up a lot of space and weight, but we'll accommodate it in your compartments.
Okay. Well, let me ask you this though. What kind of misconceptions are there that somebody might be able, when they're looking, they're saying, well, how do I know if something is good compared to something that might not be good? I mean, what do they look for? Do they look for aluminum? Do they look for stainless steel? Do they look for ball bearings? Give me an education here, because there's a lot of people that are thinking about it, but they don't know what to look for.
Well, I think the biggest thing is they think it's going to be expensive, and they think it's going to be difficult to do. And neither of those is a factor with our product. Our units come completely assembled, so installation is half hour, 45 minutes for the unit. So very, very simple installation. Or they can drive to the factory in Antigo, Wisconsin, and we'll install it here. The other thing is the weight that this adds to the RV. It really does not add a significant amount of weight. These are not, for the amount of weight that they're able to handle versus the how much they actually weigh. It's a very, very easy trade-off.
Okay. All right. That's good. Now, when we think about this, and you've talked about it's very easy to install, can be done in less than a half an hour. The whole product gets shipped to them once they figure out exactly what their needs are, and you have this customized service. There's a lot of skeptics out there today because, we seem to get lied to by other people in business, or, even a politician could lie to us. That's where we laugh, right? So I'm wondering, what can we do to help the viewer or the listener today bridge the confidence gap? I mean, would they, you mentioned going to the website, is there some sort of testimonial, or there is some kind of, I know that you've got lab tests, or you've done tests for 30 years in order to be able to constantly improve that product so that even fire departments who are, as you said, very tough on things, what other evidence might we share, or where would they go to get more information to be able to understand the value that we're talking about?
Well, we do have testimonials on the website, but with our particular unit, we do offer a limited lifetime warranty. And that basically means if anything goes wrong with it, we're going to service it for you. The reality is we've been in business for 30 years, and the majority of our business is word of mouth. And that goes a long ways by putting out a quality product. And there may be people that call up, they bought a unit 25 years ago, even 30 years ago, and the bearings are worn out. I mean, that's just it's a wearable part. Doesn't wear out very often, but we'll just send them out, no problem. And little things like that is what keeps us, I guess, at the forefront of customer service that you don't see too much anymore in the industry. So,
wow.
When people get our product, they know that they're going to get many, many, many years of good service from it, and it's not going to be basically a toss-away product in a short amount of time.
Right. This is built rugged, tough, and I can see, by pulling out that generator so easy, You make it look so easy. And I'm curious, with all the things that we've talked about, I feel a lot more educated. I'm sure everyone watching feels more educated having seen how you've demonstrated this today. Is there some special offer that might incentivize somebody to take action to say, you know what, this is going to solve my backache. I'm going to be able to access my tools or other things that I keep in my RV a lot easier. I know we talked about something. Is there something you might want to share as a special offer with people today?
Well, absolutely. If people come from seeing this on your site and come directly to us and order up a unit, we can take 5% off of the cost and get it out to them. And I guarantee they're going to enjoy their experience with the product.
Well, that is very, very generous of you. And I'm going to get back on the screen and share the screen with you. So there you have it, folks. We've been talking with Drew Hasseldahl from Slide Master. He's showing you all the different ways to be able to make your life easier with this Slide Master drawer. He's got a special offer for you. In fact, below the screen, there's an orange button with a special offer. If you click that button, we will give you the coupon code that you would use to be able to take advantage of this offer. Again, I want to thank everybody that was involved. I know you have a lot of people on your side, Matt, who helped us today. We want to thank all the people for watching to Making Smart Buyers Smarter. And I hope that you will take advantage of this and pass this on to your friends. And with that, I'm going to close it out. Thank you so much, Drew.
Thank you. Have a great day.